Hi, it's Ian Marsden from www.marsdencartoons.com, and I'm just doing a couple little videos here to show a little bit how I work. I did one showing a little bit how I work in Painter, Corel Painter. I did one just showing how I do my menu layout in Photoshop. It's the same in all programs, really. I use two monitors. I have my menus on the right. My monitor on the left is the monitor I work in. And right now I'm in a program called Adobe Illustrator. It looks kind of similar in a way to Photoshop. It's an Adobe product also, and they keep it similar. Most graphics programs are similar, simply because we have to work in all of them. I'm only showing you the toolbar, my main screen, and my layers menu, because I just wanted to show you the difference between a bitmap drawing and a vector drawing. The bitmap drawings is in Photoshop and Painter, where you're actually kind of spraying or painting pixels, and this is a cartoon. Sorry about that. That is done completely in Illustrator, and the thing about that is there are no pixels. I'm now zoomed in on this gorilla's eyeball, and as you can see, there are no pixels, and I could scale this and print this and scale this to any size whatsoever. There isn't a pixel in here. The way I constructed it is I worked on different layers. This was intended for animation, actually, so I did the arm on purpose so that I would later be able to rotate it and move it. As a matter of fact, if you go to my website, marsdencartoons.com, this little guy is crawling up the skyscraper in the background, and he keeps falling off. Again, I'm zooming in on some detail here, and I can pick any one of these things. They're actually not pixels, they're mathematical objects that I could also simply change by pulling Bezier curves with these little handles if I wanted to. I could also, these lines too, if I did not like what I had drawn, I could change those and move them around and move them up or whatever. Okay, where is it? Too many things going on the screen at the same time. Okay, so inside each one of these, by the way, I also have two groups. I have my line work and I have my color work. I just put this red background behind it, but if I zoom in, you can see that I could turn off the color and I would have only the lines, or I could have only the color. And actually there you can see how many different layers and paths and groups there are in there. Of course you could be really neat and clean that all up, but in this case I didn't do that. I don't have to. It's neat enough for the purpose of this. And like I said, the wonderful thing about this is you could select that gorilla and scale them up to that size, and he would not lose any quality whatsoever. The lines stay the same. This is especially nice in print. It prints really, really nice. And if you're ever doing something that needs to be put on a large object on the side of a van or the side of a building or whatever, then vector is definitely the way to go, and Adobe Illustrator is the program you want to be using. You can draw in it. You can just draw right in it. You can use a pen, and I can draw lines just like I drew lines in Painter or Photoshop. I have my brush width and depth, not depth, thickness, just as, you know, with the other programs. But they're not, come on, they're not lines. I mean, they're not, they're mathematical, see? It takes a little bit of getting used to, but actually after a while it's pretty cool, because if you make a slight mistake you can just correct it later. And coloring it in is easy too. You just pick your colors and you color behind on another layer. At least that's how I like to work. And you have wonderful vector line art ready to go out, to be emailed to your clients or to your friends, or to be put on your website, or to be imported into animation. And it's wonderful how all of these things just work together and tie in together.